It's better here? Okay. So this is a green stick border molding done on a special tray, and a final impression has been made. This light, thank you. This light blue is the final impression. This is Cavex outline, okay? The impression material is a non-eugenol impression material, okay? Are you good? Okay. So the thing is that after using and demonstrating, the impression material has gone away from the green stick. You're recording, right? Yeah. Do not remove the impression material because you said, I saw Dr. Joe had done it on the green stick, so let me scrape off the impression material. Don't do that. Nia. Okay? Sor gringa. Okay? The impression material should be above the green stick and beyond the green stick. I want you to draw a line following the border of that impression material 3 to 4 millimeters away from the border. Okay? Everywhere I have drawn it. You can see. Correct? Even on the lingual side. If you feel that you are scared to keep it close, maybe I'll make a mistake, then draw it even further. Don't draw it closer. Okay? Am I clear? Okay, you can draw it a little bit further, not closer. Because the closer you get to the edge, the chance of breakage are higher. So don't draw closer. 3 to 4 millimeters away from the edge is good. Now, here I attempted to show them how I will draw it further away because I was afraid. So I drew it a little bit further away, not closer to the edge. Am I clear? Now we want to do beading. First I will just do the tongue space. Let's see if I can use this wax. Can I borrow an instrument? Just going to use a little bit of wax that we have because it's not. So I am going to bead this. First I am going to do this tongue space. This is my tongue space, right? So I am going to do the tongue space. I did it opposite for the morning. You can do it anyway, but I thought I'll do a little different way for the afternoon wax. So soften the sides of this sheet that I've taken. Go in. And you can adapt it to that line. Right? To that line. You see? Okay? So that means that first you should have looked at the line. Where is the line? You should have some idea. Without having idea, if you try to push it, doctor, but I can't see the line now. You should have a look at it before you start, so you know it's about 2 to 3 millimeters. Okay? So some places it's not. You can push it down. Get it into that shape. You guys are very quiet when I talk, right? Very good. I don't want my voice on the internet. AI will track me. Okay, so you want to basically seal this. Okay, want to seal that so that it is okay. The other side. Obviously there is a little gap there, you can see. So we want to put some wax into that space. If it is zinc oxide eugenol, you can afford to keep it down on a nice soft surface. If it's alginate or silicon also okay. If it's alginate and all, please don't keep it on any surface because alginate will bend and flex and all that. It's very soft material, okay? Zinc oxide eugenol impression is a rigid impression material, right? Yes? Okay, it's a rigid impression material, so it will not bend or anything. So you don't have to worry about zinc oxide eugenol doing all those things. Okay, only alginates and silicons are elastomers or elastics or elastic impression materials. They are elastomers are strong because they are polymers. Elastic, polymer, elastomer. Okay, hydrocolloid is elastic but it's water based, so it's very soft. So So be careful with the hydrocolloid. Yes, I use, you can use, there is bite registration material that is made based on zinc oxide resinol. So for the zinc oxide resinol is the basic chemical composition. You have many different formulations, many different combinations of it. You have temporary filling material, you have periodontal pack material, you have impression material, you have bite registration paste, everything made out of zinc oxide resinol is there. Little bit variation in the composition here and there. Basic material is the same. So here I have just sealed it so it doesn't. Now I am going to, obviously my line is going from here, right? You can see, right? Yes. So I have to flame this, bend it to go with that line. Seal it from the back there. I'm going to add some marks here so that I can go along the line. Okay. Okay, so we've done this. Okay. Also, I may need to cut this eventually, but right now it looks good. No, standing upright, it looks nice. So we will let it be there. Let it hang on. Now I want to make beading. So this is the lingual portion done. I want to make beading. Morning again, I did it from this side. I think maybe better to do it this way. Flame. Not like occlusal rim. Occlusal rim we really fold it very close. Here, Kaka, you with me? Okay. Here we are going to fold it little wide. Okay, we are going to fold it like at 1 centimeter. I know you guys are very used to folding it very, very wide, but okay, around this much is enough. We don't want too much. Okay. Go for second layer, second roll. Okay. Heated instrument. When you're working with this, most of the time try to have a really heated instrument so that you don't put pressure on the impression or the wax. Okay. But take care of your hand, don't burn yourself, right? Especially don't burn yourself on a glove. That is going to be really bad, so save yourself from that. So nice and soft. I am going to adapt it on my line. You see the line? So I am going to adapt it. Can you see? I am going to adapt it on my line. Right? I'm going to press it down a little bit. Okay, see that? Following that contour. Okay, heat up your instrument. Like I told you before, it should be nice and hot, and you can feel it. Don't touch your green stick, just touch your wax. If you touch the green stick, you will start seeing the green stick starting to burn. Little bit if it touches also nothing will happen, but don't be careful to try to avoid touching the green stick. Okay, and then this is still soft, so I can still mold it. Again, small bend for my contour. Okay. Beautiful. So you seal all this, okay, and you can also seal it from the back. This is where it needs to be nice and hot because you don't want to put pressure on the impression. Just seal it from the back. Okay. Now, as you can see here, this is not yet done, right? You can see that that's not done. So we have to do that part. So I'm going to take this, just heat it up a little bit so that my wax is flexible, and I'm going to go there. Can you see that? I'm going to take the back of the instrument, I'm going to seal that down. Okay, I'm going to try to keep this a bit straight because I need it, and then I'm going to seal inside so it remains steady. Okay, so the basic idea is to get this straight. Remove any wax that is too much on the green stick, you remove that. Okay,
that goes beyond the line.
That goes beyond the line. Here we have a little shot of material. I'm going to fold a little. So I'm going to keep it at that line, right? You can see it. I can see the green stick out of the thing, right? So I'm going to seal this here. Seal it up. Seal it up here as well. Removing this part because it is close to my green stick. I don't want it. I want it to be merged with this. Right? Remove the thing that is beyond my line. Okay? So I've got beading everywhere. Now, Zor Gringa. Okay? This, if you don't make a plane like this, the thickness of the cast here will be very low. Okay? Thickness here will be very low, so you have to make an extension this way. Okay? To make it wider, I need something for it to support on, which is why I've made this. So I'm going to cut this excess wax here, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to finish that. Don't burn yourself. All these places, make sure that your instrument is hot enough so that you are not putting pressure too much on them. Okay. Anything that is beyond the line, remove it. Okay, anything that's beyond the line, remove it. Okay, everything looks okay. Alright, now we're going to make a little extension to the side so that I have this much gap between my retromolar pad area and this. Understood? Between the retromolar pad and this, I should have that at least 5 millimeters distance. So that will help me have a good thick boxing area there. That you will see when you start doing case, you will see how critical that becomes, because that place tends to break. Put a piece of wax and seal the inside. So when you're doing this work and all, just put a earphone, keep your tutorial next to you and just work. Don't get distracted, don't drop things. Yes. Sure, no problem. It's not soft enough. If it's not soft enough, it doesn't work. Did they put the patient on the seat? Okay. When she comes onto the seat, let me know, okay? She's okay. So I'm just going to fill the space.
Relax, doctor.
Finally, somebody's voice. Track it. I have to relax. That's what it is. Stay there. So just making it sort of continuous with that. Okay, so I'll do it on the other side as well. Okay. I'm going to do this on this side as well.
ما تصوير زي الفيلم تصويره.
So if it's nice and soft, you can actually just press it without having to add like how I did last time and get it to sort of nice. Okay. You can seal this. So in effect creating that space again, okay? Of course, you need about 5 millimeters, not too much more. So you can adjust anything that you need. Close this one as well. It's a lovely couple, right? I enjoyed meeting them. Even though I can't, I wish I could talk to them. I would have had a good day asking him about his life, what he did. Just going to seal this to space. So everywhere is about 2 millimeters, not 2 to 3, no problem. Don't make it very large. Okay. So this is fair. If there is any area that frenum needs to be opened, you open up all of that now at this point, okay? Don't keep it. Seal everything nicely, make sure everything is open. Make sure there is enough space between the premolar pad, premolar pad, everything. At this point, sometimes you may need to create some legs. Sometimes the weight of the stone may be too heavy. It might create the cast might drop, the impression might drop. So make sure that you have some support structure. Okay, this handle is quite tall, so I'm going to have to use a little. If you have such a tall handle, I would first cut it off. I would first cut it into half the size, because the more taller it gets, the more Burj Khalifa it gets, it's going to be difficult for us to maintain balance. Okay. This handle, if it's too tall, this is just to hold it. When I pour stone, it might just fall because it's just wax, no? So it needs some support. So just to create that support, and some of this maybe, hopefully. Yeah, just utilizing the wax that is left over from last time. So this will sort of keep it steady. That's the only intention. So yeah, so we have some struts there. So basically now you need to do this boxing part, okay? And this boxing, you need to have just half the size, half of this, about 15 millimeters above the deepest portion. This is the deepest portion, 15 millimeters. So I am just going to use this and try to. Too much, I think, right? Okay. soften, adapt a little bit, and then that's the problem. Soften, adapt it like this. So what I'm doing is I'm actually pressing here, okay, so that it remains in place. So your wax must be nice and soft for that to happen. And then from this side you can seal it. So again, quite hot instrument. And my legs are getting pushed. Tired?
Me? No. You are not tired, why actually?
Good question. Okay, on this side. Nice hot instrument, otherwise everything will fall from your hand. Only thing is don't burn yourself, okay? So I'm sealing it up nicely. So morning somebody asked me a question, what if we don't do beading and boxing? What if we just pour the normal way? 70% of the time there won't be much of a difference. Because most of the edges will work out. That 30% of the time when you say why it happened to my patient is when your cast will break. So that is the reason why the textbooks by standard tells you to do beading and boxing for master cast. Because that will be starting from, or if that happens, you have to start from the beginning. Impression back again. Okay. Okay, the last part. Anybody has a half sheet? I don't want to use the whole thing. So that much. comparatively the upper is much more easy to do the beading. Okay, beading and boxing, it's easier because it's not having tongue space and also what? Yes. The upper is easier. The upper is there in the YouTube also, so you can see it. Yeah. The maxillary one, when you do the beading all around, it will automatically come. You will be doing it beyond the line. This is a little different because I'll be drawing the posterior vibrating line. You will do it beyond the line by 5 millimeters. So you can always trim it later and adjust it. If it is short, you cannot do it. So a little extra, then we can trim it if we need to. So of course, if you want to make it beautiful, you can cut this excess and all that stuff. It's all up to you how much you want. But the minimum height, just cut this so that I'm at peace. Otherwise, minimum height is from the deepest portion at least 15 millimeters. The deepest portion in the mandible is usually going to be somewhere in the lingual sulcus. Okay, so be aware of that. So the deepest portion is usually going to be somewhere here. Okay, from there 15 millimeters high. So that should be enough for you. You can just take a scale, for example. Okay. See where it is, make a mark somewhere here, wherever it is, pour your stone only to there. It doesn't have to pour all the way to the top. Just 15. Okay? If you are afraid, oh, it may be wrong, make it 20. That 5 millimeters, you can trim it off. Making it 40, 50 and all doesn't make any sense because now you are trimming so much of material, wasting material. Anyway, you can't flask it. So that doesn't make any sense. So maximum you want to go for is 20. This way, okay, my legs are not holding. So this way you need to be able to see everywhere. You can see the beading clearly. You can see the beading clearly and the boxing around it. Yes. Yeah, and pour it.
Easy.
So,